Admiral Zara Chen stood on the observation deck of the flagship Terran Defiance, watching as another star system surrendered to humanity's unstoppable advance. The crimson and gold banner of the Terran Empire fluttered virtually across her holographic display, marking yet another conquest in their relentless march across the galaxy. It had been 50 years since the Galactic Council made their catastrophic mistake. "Admiral," came the voice of Commander Hassan behind her. "The Altarian delegation is requesting terms." Chen didn't turn around. Her reflection in the reinforced viewport showed a woman hardened by decades of war-silver streaks in her black hair, scars mapping her journey from exiled refugee to conqueror of worlds. "Same terms as always, Commander. Complete surrender or complete annihilation." The irony wasn't lost on her. The Council had cast Earth out for being too aggressive, for humanity's dangerous militaristic tendencies. They had deemed humans unfit for galactic civilization, severing all trade routes and quarantining Earth behind an impenetrable blockade of automated defense platforms. They had intended to teach humanity humility. Instead, they had forged humanity into something far more terrifying. Alone and desperate, humanity had turned inward. Every resource, every brilliant mind, every ounce of determination had been focused on a single goal: breaking free from their cosmic prison. The blockade that was meant to contain them became a chrysalis of transformation. Dr. Elena Vasquez, the architect of humanity's resurrection, had died before seeing her work completed, but her legacy lived on in every ship of the Terran fleet. While the galaxy had grown complacent with their energy shields and plasma weapons technology, unchanged for millennia, humanity had innovated with the fury of the desperate quantum tunnel drives that made their ships untouchable. Nanite swarms that could dismantle entire fleets at the molecular level. Adaptive AI systems that learned and countered enemy tactics in real time. Most devastating of all, the Harmony Disruptors weapons that could sever the psychic bonds that held most galactic civilizations together. "Sir," Hassan continued, "their ambassador is claiming that they were never part of the vote to exile Earth. They say the Altarian Republic actually opposed the Council's decision." Chen finally turned, her pale eyes holding the cold fire that had earned her the nickname Ice Death among enemy forces. "And where was their opposition when we needed it? Where were they when Earth's children starved behind the blockade? When our colonies were left to die in the void?" The first breakthrough had come 23 years into the exile. A young engineer named Marcus Webb had found a flaw in the Council's blockade network, a microscopic gap in their quantum field generators that occurred every 7.3 seconds. It was barely wide enough for a single scout ship, but it was enough. That scout ship, the Hope's Gambit, had returned with intelligence that changed everything. The galaxy had grown soft. The Council species, secure in their technological superiority, had allowed their military capabilities to stagnate. They governed through bureaucracy and economic pressure, not through strength. They had forgotten what war truly meant. Chen walked to the tactical display, where the current star map showed the inexorable spread of human territory. Red zones marked complete conquests. Yellow indicated systems under siege. Green showed the rapidly shrinking domain of the Galactic Council. "The Altarians claim neutrality when we needed allies," she said, tracing the projected battle lines with her finger. "Now they'll learn that neutrality is a luxury the conquered cannot afford." The human war machine had become a thing of terrible efficiency. Unlike the Council species, who fought with honor codes and gave quarter to the defeated, humanity fought with the cold pragmatism of the exiled. Every captured world became a recruitment center. Every conquered population was offered the same choice: join the Terran Empire or face extinction. Most chose to join. The Council, had underestimated humanity's greatest weapon, not their technology, but their ability to inspire loyalty through strength. Species that had been oppressed under the Council's rigid hierarchy found hope under Terra's banner. The promise was simple: serve faithfully and share in the spoils of victory. "Admiral," came another voice from the communications station. "We're receiving a priority transmission from Earth Command." Chen nodded. "Put it through." The holographic image of Fleet Admiral Sarah Morrison materialized before her. Morrison was one of the few who remembered the old Earth, before the exile, before the transformation. "Zara," Morrison's image said, "the Council has sent another peace delegation. They're offering to reverse the exile, restore trade relations, even grant us a permanent seat on their governing body." Chen laughed, a sound like breaking glass. "Too little, too late, Sarah. They had 50 years to reconsider their decision. We've spent that time preparing for this moment." "The cost has been enormous," Morrison replied. "We've become everything they accused us of being. Perhaps it's time to—" "To what? Forgive them?" Chen's voice cut through the transmission like a blade. "They made us into this, Sarah. They wanted us gone from their civilized galaxy. Fine, we'll take their galaxy and make it ours." The truth was simpler and more terrifying than any Council species could comprehend. Humanity hadn't just survived their exile, they had thrived in it. Every challenge had made them stronger. Every setback had taught them new lessons in the art of war. Now, as the final phase of their campaign began, Chen could see the endgame approaching. Within a decade, perhaps less, the Galactic Council would be nothing but a footnote in the history of the Terran Empire. Their great cities would fly human flags. Their children would learn human languages. Their future would be written by human hands. "Continue the advance," Chen ordered, cutting the transmission. "Show them what humanity learned in 50 years of exile." As the fleet moved toward the next target, Chen remained at the viewport, watching the stars that had once been forbidden to her kind. Each point of light now held the promise of conquest, of vindication for all the years of isolation and suffering. The Council had cast Earth out, believing they were protecting the galaxy from humanity's darkness. Instead, they had taught humanity that the galaxy belonged to the strong, and no